This lesson, I'm going to run you through some of the important metrics you want to track when actually running your Framer business. Now, I want to start this lesson by saying I don't actually like data. I'm not a very data-led person. I'm a creative, right? I'm a designer. But I've learned that data is actually really critical, because if you don't understand the analytics, how you're actually growing the money that's coming in and out, you can't actually run the business, and it is important. And also note here too, like a lot of the decisions we make isn't necessarily backed by data. It is supported by data though. It's not the primary reason we do different things. And that's why we're a startup, right? Like we want to go do lots of different things. We want to be creative in terms of how we approach them. So we're not always going to look at the data because that's going to put us in a box, but it's definitely a great indicator into what can guide us to go left or right. Okay, so a few different things that we track that are basically really critical for us. Number one is monthly sales across both our products and courses. We use Stripe for this, and basically I just like look at Stripe like 5 times a day and just seeing what's working and what's not working. And it's really good because it kind of gives you a month-on-month view where you can see, okay, this month we're up, say 23.4% compared to last month. So like we're just trying to see if we're growing or not growing. And obviously the goal is every single month we create even more revenue. Secondly is burn rate. So actually looking at how much money we're spending across the team. So doing things like payroll or contractors, how much we're spending there. Other sort of things like subscriptions we're paying for, office space. We pay an accountant a monthly fee, and there's just extra expenses too, whether it be hiring a laptop, buying some new gear, like this microphone we bought recently, like all that sort of stuff kind of adds to your expenses. So a burn rate is essentially how much we're burning, aka spending, every single month. And understanding that figure is really important, because then you can go as a business owner, all right, if I'm spending $20,000 a month, I need to be making at least $20,000 a month to even make a cent. And that's really important to know that figure, because if you're spending way too much and you're not making that much, you're actually learning and burning a whole heap of cash.
Okay.
And then thirdly is product usage. So thinking about how your users are actually using your product. This is something a little newer that we're actually starting to integrate now. We didn't have a whole heap of data around this until recently. And to be honest, it's just been on the back burner. There's been so many different things going on, but this has given us a ton of new insights into how people are actually using our product. It's one thing for people to sign up and pay for it, but if we actually don't understand why they're signing up and paying for it and how they're using it, and then even inside the platform, what are the pain points, what are the things that are working well, the more information we have about how people are using our products, essentially allows us to build better products, and it gives us more data and information. And then lastly, we look at website traffic, mostly from a marketing perspective and going, okay, we know, like we've got so much data now on traffic because we've been doing it for such a while that we can kind of predict how much revenue we're going to make depending on how much traffic. So we know what the conversion rate of our landing pages perform. So we can look and go, okay, our landing pages perform at a 5% conversion rate, meaning that 5% of new people who land on that landing page end up becoming a customer. That's great for us. So now our problem is, okay, how do we get even more people to this landing page because we know it converts? So this traffic and looking at this is really useful. To be honest, we have Google Analytics set up for all our marketing sites to look at a little bit of it in more detail. But to be honest, just for a quick view, I always just go into Framer and look at their analytics. It's just a quick, easy way and very clean to see how we're actually performing month on month. So some of the tools that we use to actually track this data, now there's quite a suite of them here, but these are the main ones that we use. So number one is Notion for project management and actually tracking that across our entire business and seeing how we're actually spending our time. Secondly is Google Sheets. So we pull all our data from, say, Stripe, and we put that into Google Sheets so we can get a proper breakdown and analysis of how that's performing. We actually visualize that data because, let's be honest, Google Sheets is a little bit boring to look at, with a really cool platform called Datapad. I discovered this recently and it's like super great. It's not very expensive or anything, but it's just like a really great way to kind of visualize your data. Number 4 is PostHog, which we use for analyzing our products. So all product analytics run through PostHog. Means we can look at things like when a button gets clicked, like how many people are clicking that button, like all that sort of stuff that's product driven, we do through PostHog. Obviously, we use Stripe for the management of sales and everything like that. And like I mentioned just a minute ago, we use both Framer and Google Analytics for analytic tracking.